Jaguars fans, welcome back into the Fan Cave. Our Jaguars are traveling to the Pacific Northwest this week in Week 8 of this wonderful NFL season to play the Seattle Seahawks. They are a team that is they're missing their starting quarterback in Russel Wilson. They have gone 0-2 since his departure, I believe. So the Jaguars have an awesome opportunity to steal a game here in Seattle with them missing both Chris Carson and Russell Wilson. So let's roll right into the breakdown. We've got Trevor freaking Lawrence coming out of his first NFL bye week. He's coming off his first NFL win straight into the bye week, and now he is going to be starting in Week 8 at Seattle. This is a huge opportunity for him. He has a lot of momentum coming out of those last 3 weeks before the bye. He was starting to look really, really good. He had a lot of momentum, and he had he was starting to garner the respect that he needs to have in this league. He is without a doubt the best rookie quarterback in this class. I know a lot of Mac Jones fanboys and Patriots fans are up in arms saying that Mac Jones is most definitely no. Trevor is. Watch the games, not the stats. Trevor is far and away better, and there's a reason that every former NFL quarterback on ESPN, NFL Network, Fox, CBS, they're saying that Trevor's the best. It's because he is. He's the most talented quarterback in this class. He is the most mechanically sound in this class. Now, there's a reason that all these quarterbacks and quarterback developers and trainers are saying Trevor's the best. It's because he is. So I'm excited to see what Trevor looks like in Week 8 against a Seattle Seahawks defense that isn't the best. They're closer to the bottom. They're like kind of like the Jaguars defensively. They're towards the bottom of the league in almost every stat defensively, and I believe they only have like 5 more sacks than the Jaguars. They're like 3 teams better than them in like rush and pass defense. So Trevor's going to have a good game. You know who else is going to have a really good game in my opinion? James Robinson. Is he going to be able to continue his success that he's had thus far once they've actually been establishing 15 plus carries for him in these games? Obviously, I'm going to exclude those 3 first weeks whenever he had like 12 rushes in 3 weeks or whatever that stupid number was. That was stupid. But he's going up against a Seattle Seahawks defense that's averaging 134 yards on the ground every week. I'm very excited to see what James Robinson can do against the Seattle Seahawks front 7 and defense as a whole, because I don't think it's very good. I know that I had Brad Buckingham on, and he talked about how they have a really good run stuffer on that defensive line as a rotational player. I'm excited to see what James Robinson can do against someone that is being heralded as one of the best run stuffers on the team. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. And then I think my biggest question on this offensive side of the ball is, does a deep threat finally emerge? We've been waiting so long to see what this team has as a deep threat, whether it be Tyron Johnson that we got from Los Angeles, whether it be DJ Chark was hoping to be that number 1 deep threat, but he's injured now, he's out. Tyron Johnson has been a ghost. I think we think he has like 2-3 catches on the year, and he's only played in a couple of snaps. So Tyron Johnson would be a great emergence for him. We're playing the 6th worst pass defense in the league. Jamal Adams is the highest paid safety in the league, but he is not the best safety in the league. He's I would gladly take Justin Simmons and then Marcus May out of the Jets. I would take all of those safeties long before I got to Jamal Adams. He's a very good player, but he is not deserving of that top paid money, in my opinion. He's not that good. And so I'd love to see this a deep threat emerge, whether it just be Jamal Agnew for another 20-30 yard catch, Laviska Shenault with the short screens and then stretches and then just with a long run after catch. Does Marvin Jones kind of actually play that stretch the field role at all? I'm very excited to see who emerges against this one of the worst secondaries in the league. They're bottom 6, so I'm very excited to see what this offensive production looks like from the wide receivers. Now, can this offensive line hold up and protect Trevor? They're down 2 of their 5 starters, and that being Brandon Linder and then also AJ Cann. Linder's out with the hopefulness to return from his injury. AJ Cann is out for the season, so it's going to be the Ben Bartch show at right guard. Now, Shatley's been kind of just Mr. Fix-It. He's always been that serviceable plug-and-play lineman on this line. So I'm very happy with Shatley's performance. Ben Bartch obviously missed some time last week in London with I believe it was with a concussion. He's healed up now. He's good to go. Will Richardson's going to go back to being that backup to Bartch or Norwell. And then it's going to be Cam Robinson, Andrew Norwell, Tyler Shatley at center, and then Ben Bartch at right guard and Juwan Taylor at right tackle. The Seahawks are 25th in sacks in the league, so I'm excited to see what this offensive line can do, holding back that front seven of the Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be a very interesting thing to see unfold. Now, I mentioned that the Seahawks are down two of their biggest players on this offensive side of the ball. They're obviously down Russel Wilson with the thumb injury or the finger injury, and then also Chris Carson is out with a neck injury. He's been pretty much week to week for several weeks now. Pete Carroll's never going to, no coach is ever going to risk a player too early with a neck injury. So it's more likely going to be the Alex Collins show at running back. Can this defensive line that has been one of the best defensive lines, it's by far the most, outside of quarterback, it's the most improved position group on the team. This run defense was miserable last year, and this run defense was fixed. That was one of the emphasis that Urban Meyer put onto this defensive line rather. And Urban got it fixed. This defensive line, as far as stopping the run, is light years better. Obviously, Derrick Henry had the success. Derrick Henry's having success on everyone. You could put the who's who of defensive linemen back there, and they're all going to get blown out because Derrick Henry is just a monster, and he's arguably the best running back in the league, and if he continues this success, he will be one of the best running backs in history if he hasn't already become one of them. So, man, the Jaguars need to get a pass rush. They put a lot of emphasis on stopping the run. They have yet to actually address going after the quarterback. They're last in the league in getting sacks. They only have 8 sacks this year. Josh Allen has had a couple really good games. He had a great game in London. Caleb Von Chason is having just like little sparks. DeJuan Smoot is showing promise that he can be, an interior presence there. Jihad Ward was hopefully going to be somewhat of like a big end coming off the edge. Hasn't really been that. He came from Baltimore, really hyped up as a good pass rusher. Now, obviously not. I'm not going to say he's a Chandler Jones level pass rusher, but he's a quality pass rusher that's going to get you 8-9 sacks a year. We have yet to see that emergence. So there's obviously a reason that DeJuan Smoot is also starting over Caleb Von Chason, because they're seeing it in practice, just like we're seeing it on Sundays, that this front seven needs help rushing the passer. It wouldn't be a far stretch to say this defense, that's their biggest need. Even to say that's the team's biggest need, because 8 sacks through 8 weeks is just not going to cut it when you have some of the best teams in this league harassing the quarterback. Obviously, the Cardinals' defense is so good because they are so active getting after the quarterback with Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt. But there was a couple players returning from injury on the offensive side. The defense is also receiving a couple huge additions that are coming back from injury. Miles Jack and Tyson Campbell are both expected to be active on Sunday. Tyson Campbell is going to be coming back at the perfect time, because this Jaguar secondary is going to be going up against, in my opinion, the best duo of wide receivers that they've seen thus far, in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Thankfully, they don't have Russell Wilson throwing them the ball, but Geno Smith is still a capable quarterback. He has kept the Seahawks in close games. He's had them at the end of the game with a chance to win, at least in these previous 2 weeks that he's been starting. So, and they were playing the Steelers and the Saints, very good teams, both teams that are better than the Jaguars. So I'm expecting Geno to have some success throwing the ball to Metcalf and Lockett. And it's up to Shaq Griffin, who hopefully has experience covering Metcalf or Lockett, and then Tyson Campbell just hopefully he doesn't get bullied the way Marshawn Lattimore did last week against the Saints. I don't want to see videos of just Tyson Campbell getting shoved to the ground and just getting bullied by the man beast himself, DK Metcalf. So that's going to be a huge storyline going into Sunday, and then as the game develops, how they slow down that duo. Now onto the special teams. It's the best unit on the team, and without a doubt, we have Jamal Agnew. Are we going to be able to see some Agnew magic? That's wouldn't we all love to see just a huge return every single week? Obviously, it's not going to happen. We were definitely spoiled whenever we had two different special teams touchdowns in 4 weeks, and so I'm I'm not going to expect anything crazy out of Jamal Agnew, but wouldn't we all love to see just a huge kickoff return? So if we do see it, that'd be more than amazing. And then can Matthew Wright keep that ice in his veins? He's got Matty Ice as every single handle on social media he has. Can he keep it in his veins? Can he keep making all of his kicks? Because you make those kicks against the Titans, you keep it close early. Can you make those kicks against the Broncos and the Cardinals? You keep the game close early. What does that game look like towards the end of the game? They're not that huge, 13, 16 point gap between the two teams. So hopefully Matthew Wright can make all of his kicks, all of the extra points, all of the field goals. He's shown he's got the range now from 50. That was a massive concern of mine that he didn't have the range to kick 50-yarders. But obviously in London he was able to boom two 50-pluses. I believe it was 51 and 54 within the final 3 minutes of regulation to actually end up winning the game. So, hey, if he can keep it in his veins, I'm all excited about it. I do think the Jaguars are going to be able to steal a game here. Obviously, I'm going to sound like a homer when I say that. I do think the Jags come away with this win, 27-21 Jags over the Seahawks. The Seahawks are just kind of in a tailspin right now without Russell Wilson, without Chris Carson. They haven't been able to do a whole lot defensively, and I do think Urban Meyer and Darrell Bevell are going to have things schemed up to hopefully slow down or exploit the things that they've been seeing in this offense, because they have had 2 weeks to prepare a game plan to attack this secondary. They've seen what's worked against it, and I'm excited to see how Urban and Darrell and Trevor game plan an attack to get after that Seahawks secondary, and I do think that's the ultimate deciding factor in this matchup. Now, if you did enjoy the video, I would love for you to share it with a friend. Let them know, hey, the Jag Fan Cave community is growing rapidly. I'm loving it. If you did enjoy the video, please like it, as it helps reach other Jaguars fans or even a Seahawks fan that wants to come talk some smack in my comments like they love to do every week as I do these previews for the opposing fans. And also, if you aren't a Seahawks fan, talk some smack down in the comments. I'll talk it right back. Let's go. I'm do well till I die, baby. You ain't gonna scare me. So come talk to me. I love talking to you guys. Follow me on Twitter @JagsFanCave, just as it is on YouTube. It's exactly what it is on Twitter. I love chatting with you guys. I'm constantly throwing up polls for you guys to interact with, and then I'm also trying to plan out another tournament style series like I did previously with the defensive line. I'm trying to think of another one that I can do to help make more interactive videos for you guys as well. So with that being said, stay safe and go Jaguars.